Okay, while we're waiting on the step 1 to dry, go ahead and take out your ripstop repair tape, which has a sticky back on it. And what we want to do is we want to mark this at 5/8 of an inch. So you're going to wind up with 2 pieces 5/8 of an inch and 1 piece that's going to be a little better than 5/8 of an inch. So I'm going to go ahead and mark this in 2 places plus the center, so on both ends in the center. And again, 5/8 of an inch. Okay, now I want to take my long straight edge and I want to go ahead and cut these strips out. You're going to set one of these strips aside because that's going to be used for the tail, and that'll leave you with 2 strips left to do the wing with. What I need to do is I want this strip to actually go beyond where the glue line is going to be, and of course it needs to run off the edge. So what I need is I want this strip to be 1/4 of an inch past the rod that's going to be glued here. So the rod's going to be glued over the top of it. And the quick way to do that is I have a 1/4 inch piece of wood, and I'm just going to set it down and draw a pencil line right on the other side, so that now I have a 1/4 inch line past my original glue line. And I'm going to do that on this one as well. And now what I want to do is cut the tape so that it goes from this line here back to the edge. And that'll give me the proper length on the tape. And to get the angle, I actually let the tape rest right up against the carbon rod and then cut it so that I wind up with the proper angle. And then to get the proper length, I bring it all the way up to the line, letting the rod set in the center, and come down and cut it off at the edge of the material, like that. Now I'll do the other side. Okay, now that I have all the material cut, I can go ahead and start peeling and sticking it down. I'm using a piece of balsa wood that has the corners, edges rounded, and that's going to allow me to press this down and right up against. And I'm pressing up against the carbon first. And then the rest of the way in. and take a look, and you can see how it's turned out. And when we're done, I'll be cutting back this little edge here to match. But now you can see there's not a lot of glue there. The next step is to take these rods and go ahead and put a bead of glue down and glue them, and we want to glue the rod right on top of the line. And then that way, whenever we go to put the backbone in, the backbone will go right in place and not interfere with the rod. So we'll start with our glue. Okay, at this point I can leave it set now, and we'll come back in step number 3. We'll do the final taping and this wing will be complete.